look, this has been a really challenging market, most people would say, over the last few years. We just had a cycle where rates got better. Now rates are worse. The day we're recording this, not a good day. Rates got worse today. But what, in your eyes, and what are the biggest challenges that you see in this market as a mortgage professional? As a loan officer, as a producer, what's the biggest challenge you deal with?
Yeah, I think the conversations about rate is that's always important and forefront for clients. But the way I explain it to them is it's like timing the stock market. The real estate, the bond market's much more difficult to time than the stock market. So focusing more on what is your mortgage plan? What is your goals? Like if you want to buy a home, if it's not now or later, what does that look like? And I think what a lot of people do is they focus too much on the rates, the loan officers do, and that's like their best foot forward. Is like, hey, I got this rate. And all of a sudden, rates have shot up 0.5%, and then now they have no value add.
Right. So it's really making the conversation more about the borrower's goals, timeline, what they're trying to accomplish, how you're going to structure their mortgage, right? Mm-hmm. And I think also explaining to people that while we wait around for rates to come down, home values keep going up.
Yep.
I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, even year over year, month over month numbers continue to increase despite where mortgage interest rates are. And I think when rates come down, that's only going to accelerate. So really, so it sounds to me like what you're saying is shifting the conversation away from what's the rate, because we know that's going to change and it's unpredictable. And it doesn't really matter at the end of the day if a family's goals is to get into a house, build their future and their net worth. You can help them with that strategy despite what it is interest rates are doing. And in doing so, you're bringing more value to you and making it less about the interest rate at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I say if your best point or your best selling point as a loan officer is your rate, you'll be out of the business.
Yeah.
Definitely be out of the business. So it's like, what else do you provide?
Yeah,
home buyer class.
Someone's always willing to do something for less,
and
right?
and that's why
race to the bottom.
Mortgage right now, it's so hard to be profitable for mortgage companies. That's why you see the big banks exiting mortgage or actually, largely diminishing their force.
Yeah. No, trust me. I know all about the challenges with profitability in the mortgage business. That could be a whole nother episode here on market shares, perhaps. All right, biggest opportunity. What's the biggest opportunity you see right now in the marketplace as a loan officer, branch manager? What do you see out there that people should be excited about?
Yeah, I mean, I think using a lot of the technology stuff is super exciting for me. I think if you can marry the whole old school mentality of getting out there, meeting with realtors, setting up meetings, and then marrying that with social media, long form, getting out there. Because if you think about it, social media is your influence, right? And it's free. I mean, technically, it's the content that you put out it just takes time, right, and effort, but you're not going to get more influence. You're not going to reach as many people without social media.
Yeah. Well, and I would say events is if you're going to do it in person and not social media, events is the number one way to get in front of groups of people. I think you're never going to have the kind of reach you could have in social media. Despite how many clicks and views and likes you get, people are seeing your content, whether you know it or not, and they are, forming their opinion about you. But more than that, people are going to research you. People are just the first thing. I mean, if I get introduced to someone new, the first thing I do is I go to Facebook, then I go to Instagram, then I'll look on YouTube. You'll look these people up, and get a sense of who is it that I'm doing business with. And if you have no representation of who you are out there for people to find, they either, aren't going to take a chance. They'll go with someone else that maybe they were referred, or maybe you get lucky, and they forge to it. There is the old school way of doing it, but I like what you're saying there. This is still a contact sport. It's still a relationship business. You still have to get out and prospect and meet people. Never abandon that. But if you can add to that, social media, video, leveraging AI, right? I mean, I think AI is huge in the coming year. I'm learning more and more ways every week of leveraging AI to not replace what it is that we do as mortgage professionals, but enhance it, speed things up. It's like a shortcut in many ways to take these mundane tasks off of our plate and and free us up to do the things that are actually income producing. So I think AI is a big one, underutilized right now by loan officers.